The remains of Niger Delta icon, the late Major General Paul UFUOMA retired, have been laid to rest in his hometown of Igbide in Isoko South local government area of Delta State. Dignitaries from within and outside Delta State joined the family and the Isoko nation to pay their last respects to the late elder statesman who passed on the 29th of April 2025 at the age of 84 after a brief illness. The burial ceremonies for the former military governor of Old Cross River State started with a service of songs in Abuja on Thursday, 20th of November 2025 and climaxed with his final interment last Saturday, 29th of November 2025 in Igbide. Our correspondent, who followed a series of events in honor of the late general, known for his peaceful and unassuming personality, now reports.
The name Major General Paul UFUOMA is one that will indeed strike a chord wherever and whenever it is mentioned across Nigeria. Born in Oteri, Igbide Kingdom in Isoko South local government area of Delta State on the 1st of July 1940, General Omu joined the Nigerian Army on 10 December 1962. His sterling military career saw him serve across Nigeria, including in faraway Maiduguri. He indeed left behind a visible record of genuine stewardship and tales of impacts on those who have crossed paths with him. These legacies came alive last week, first at All Saints Church, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja, on the 20th of November 2025, when well-wishers from across Nigeria joined Senator Stella Omu and other family members for a service of songs for her husband, the late General Paul Omu, who passed on the 29th of April 2025 after a brief illness.
He gave me wonderful ideas in terms of when you are speaking to the people, when you are addressing the public. Don't make the mistake of assuming that the people that are listening to you are not examining what you are saying. General, I was very, very careful. I want to thank you for really advising me. And if you agree with me, can you put your hands together again for General?
The church the General built, I had the privilege to dedicate it in their hometown. So what has been said, there was no exaggeration. The man was a saint of God, as much as human beings can be. He was a good man.
From there, the ceremonies moved to Asaba, the capital of Delta, where another service of songs was held in honor of the late military governor of the Old Cross River State, which is now divided into Akwa Ibom and Cross River States. The governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, his wife, his deputy and other dignitaries were also in attendance. The next port of call was Isoko House in Ole, where the Isoko Development Union organized a lecture and a day of tribute for the late general who served in the Armed Forces Ruling Council and later in the Armed Forces Supreme Military Council. Dignitaries used the life and legacies of the deceased to draw a parallel with the state of affairs in the country.
At the end of the day, every person seated here, in whatever position we find ourselves, as father, as mother, as leader, in all positions, at the end of the day, when all the words have been said, when all the recitation and the resume have been cited, can you be said to be a good man or a good woman? And General is being described as a good man. General, indeed, is a good man.
That in a season where somebody who would have pressed through the electoral pains to become a councillor will not be willing to be a community chairman. We have our daddy who, after getting to the top of his career, came down to serve his people. That's the man we are talking about, because he's a man who loves his people.
I'm happy to announce to you that as of today, through his effort, Igbide and Igbide are living peacefully together.
Because they feel that a man of that level should do a lot. But in the Nigeria of today, you can't do that a lot without being very dirty, without staining your hands. General would never want to be in a position where he will have his hands stained. He was a man that was just pure and simple, very straightforward, a man of processes. If you follow the process, you will get what you are supposed to get. But to bribe your way through was not something he believed in at all.
This array of dignitaries then filed to Igbide, the hometown of General Omu, where another service of songs was held. Saturday 29th, 2025 came, and Igbide was bustling with life as well-wishers, including military officers, gathered for the final rites and farewell to the phenomenal General Omu, which started with a church service. The governor of Delta State, Sheriff Oborewori, former governors Chief James Onanefe Ibori, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, and other top government functionaries joined in to pay their last respects before the remains of General Omu were laid to rest.
Some people supported General Paul. General Paul supported others. Support the next generation.
The late senior officer was a brilliant, resourceful, and hard-working officer. He was a disciplined, confident, diligent, and professional officer with impeccable integrity.
From the church, the crowd proceeded for the interment proper, where the military gave the late general the customary 21-gun salute reserved for distinguished military officers. A reception followed immediately, where visitors were entertained as family members shared memories of their late patriarch. After a successful series of ceremonies, the family was back again in church Sunday morning for an outing service. Isoko traditional leaders who could not join the family for the burial procession the day before due to cultural restrictions that forbid them from attending burials, however, joined the family for the outing service.
Inside the Niger Delta. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.